Hey guys, welcome back to Upscaled with Jacob, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything like every other podcast. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed, please do so and like the video while you're at it. If you haven't, I suggest you watch the previous episode so you never miss out on anything. I hope you enjoy this, and now let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. So, before we get started, my last podcast, I really liked it. I really like the comments and the feedback that I got from it. My what was it? My goal was to pass 50. Did I say 55 or 59? I think I said 50. I think I said 55 or 50. We're just gonna go with one of those two. I don't even know where I got 59 from. But anyways, so I'm doing another podcast. I also did a YOLO, and a lot of people said they wanted another podcast. So I'll be doing a regular video next week, I promise. But yeah. So let's get into let's start. So I just want to start off by saying I hate people. Like, the hatred I have for people, individuals, is just so, like, I don't even know how I hate people. I'm so, like, it takes a while. It takes so much for me to hate somebody. Like, so much. Like, you have to do something so trifling. Like, you have to do a whole bunch of stuff and then do something else that was real trifling to lead me to hate you. Like, but random people, like, on the street, I just hate people. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain. I'm explaining it, but I just don't know how to explain it, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, let me just talk about what happened today at work, of course, the usual. So, I'm in self-checkout. It's 20 items or less. Once again, I think that's at every, like, express lane. Self-checkout is an express lane. So, I'm not even going to say too much. But, so, I'm in self-checkout. This lady, her mom, I'm assuming, and her daughter comes into self-checkout. And they have more than 20 items. But, like, it's not a lot. So, we let them in. So, I'm over here helping another customer. I'm going to talk about this before we get into our topics, by the way. I meant to say that. But, so, I'm helping a customer, and I guess my associate, she had noticed that the lady, when she was scanning her clothes, they weren't popping up as what she had. So, she was scanning a pair of pants, but on our little computers that we have in our handheld devices, they are popping up as shorts. She'll scan a shirt and it'll pop up as like a tank top or something like that, something around there. So she noticed that she was scanning it and it wasn't popping up. It was a little suspicious. So she paused the transaction, and I didn't know she paused the transaction until I was done helping the customer that I was already helping with. So I'm just standing there, and she's like, and the lady starts flagging me down. So I go to her to see what's the problem. She's like, oh, what's the matter? I look at her screen. I'm like, oh, I don't know, because I don't remember ever pausing it. I thought maybe I had accidentally paused it. So she's like, oh, what's the problem? So usually when we pause transactions, you're just supposed to, like, try to make up a problem and then, like, try to play the system a little bit. So I decided to look at her items. Oh, excuse me, hold on. Sorry, that was so unprofessional. I had to let that one out. In another one, I'm sorry. One more soon. That's it. I promise. That's it. So I'm looking through her list on the screen. It says she has 11 items. I looked through her bag. She has 11 items. So I'm like, I thought everything was fine. So I'm like, oh, okay. I think it was just a misunderstanding or something like that. So I unpaused it, and she still continued to scan. So my associate comes up to me like, that lady is real suspicious. I said, why? What's happening? She said, when she scanned her pair of pants, why did a pair of shorts popped up? And, like, she said, she also scanned another pair of pants. She had multiple pair of pants. She scanned one of them, and the shirt popped up. So I'm like, oh, that is so shady. I'm like, that is so shady. That is super shady. So I go over there and I said, wait, hold on, ma'am. Give me a second. She's like, why? I go into her bag, and I I didn't. I was like, what was it? Superstitious about which pair of pants I want to take out, cause I knew some of them had to be regular price, and then some, cause she had baby clothes and girl clothes. She had like a whole variety of age clothing. So I chose one of the adult pants that she had. Why? Oh my god, this is what. Why is her pair of pants? So there's a tag on the pants, right? Why, when I look at it, it looks like it's lifting. Like there's like a little shadow, and you know what a tag look like. Why is there a shadow on a tag? So I like, it looks like a sticker. So I'm like, oh, did she just sticker this on? So I'm about to unpeel it. Why is it gum? And so basically, she had the original price. Let's say the original price is $14.94. She gonna take a piece of gum, right? Smear it all over the barcode so it doesn't look so. How do I say it? So it does. Yes, she just smeared it all over the barcode. Took another pair of pants or whatever. Say if she a shirt for $4.94. She takes that barcode, rips it off of the shirt, and basically stickers another barcode with gum on the pants barcode. I almost lost it. I did. I felt it in my system. Like, first of all, that was brilliant thinking. Like, I don't even think about stealing. But if I was to think about stealing, I'm pretty sure I would have never thought about this. I have another situation, by the way. I might get into that because we got a little bit of time. But how did she even come? That was so precise. Like, she really put some thought into it, but not really some thought into it. Because why would you do some? I'm not even gonna curse because, you know, I feel like cursing, but I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna even do too much. I'm gonna keep that to myself. You know, YouTube is like the censoring. But why would you do some dumb stuff like that? Like, why would you do it? Why would you do that? And expect nobody to notice? I mean, I'm not saying, you know, people get away, but come on, like, come on, that's pathetic. And it's not the fact that she's stealing is pathetic. Is the way she is handling it and the way she had just did it. Like, if I was her, I'd be like, oh no, I didn't even put that on there. I must have found it like that. I would have been making up some type of lie, but no, she was just straight. She didn't even say anything. So back to it. Anyways, so I look at it, I'm like, I'm peeling it, and I turn around like, this is why I'm literally holding the paper, like the gum wasn't fully detached, so like the gum is like stretched out. I'm showing her like, this is why, you know, the machine is stopped. And not really, honestly, but, you know, I was trying to be like funny and like dead serious. Like, come on, like, are you serious? How old are we? You have a kid in the basket, and you're gonna, anyways. So I'm like, oh no, we gotta restart the whole transaction. She's like, what do you mean you gotta start the whole transaction? Lady, these pants are not $4.94. These are $14.95 pair of pants. I had to look at. I didn't even say that to her. You know what? I just looked at her like, did I not just? This was enough. Like, the gum and the tag with a piece of gum, and the tag with the real price on it, one in the other hand. Am I not showing you enough? Is this not enough? Why we're starting over? You know, I don't even have to explain myself. That's why I don't respond to customers when I tell them, oh, we gotta start something over, this and that. I'm doing it for a reason. You think I want to do this for fun? So I just looked at her, and then I went and did what I had to do, cancel the whole transaction. She's like, oh, this and that. She said a couple things, but I wasn't really paying attention. So I'm scanning her stuff over. She's like, oh, I scanned that already. I'm like, you know, it would be rude of me to turn around and say, what part of we're canceling the transaction and starting over do you not understand? That would be real rude of me. So I didn't say nothing. So I'm just ignoring her. I know you. I'm like, okay, I know you scanned it, but we're restarting the transaction. Like, literally, like, after, because she had panties, bras, socks, shirts. After like 5 items, she'd be like, oh, I already scanned that. Oh, I already scanned there. Then her mom goes, oh, I already scanned that. We already scanned that. It was already on the thing. I restarted the transaction, ma'am. I have to rescan every single thing and start over. Why are you keep telling me you scanned it? Okay, you scanned it. That's great, you know. But I don't know if you saw what I just showed you. I'm not even gonna say too much. I'm not even gonna get into detail because it's literally stressing me out. I thought about this all day because like wow. So I'm rescanning her stuff, rescanning. She over there talking junk. I forgot what she said. She said a couple things, and then the one comment that really stuck to me is like, "Oh, do you wanna Cause she had another bag, like I think a baby bag or her purse, and it was like a real big bag. She was like, "Oh, do you want to check this bag too?" She said it real like more fierce than I just did. I mean, I don't know if I sounded a little fierce, but I thought I sounded fierce, but she said it harder than that. I'm like, "Oh, excuse me?" I you know, I'm not gonna say too much, but I don't care about that bag. You know, like that's not what I said in my head though. We're just gonna, censor it a little bit. But I'm like, ma'am, I'm not even gonna say too much. That's literally, I'm not gonna say too much. I said that to myself. I said I'm not gonna say too much. I said, ma'am, and then I turned around. I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna say too much. Excuse me? Do I want to check this bag while I'm at it? Do you? My friend was like, I give him credit for this because this was real good. Because I should have thought about this. Because he said you should have been like, you let me know if there's any. He said, let me know if I should check that bag. I said, wow, that was powerful. That would have been a good comeback. That was great. I shout out to him. I think he gonna know who he is. But that was a good one. Cause I would have never thought of that. But in my mind I was like, do you want me to check the bag? Like, I don't care about the bag, but if you insist, should I check the bag? Let me know. Let me know if I should check the bag. Do you want me to check the bag? Because I will check the bag. Actually, matter of fact, I should have checked the bag just to waste the time. But I didn't really care at the moment. I was already upset because she kept asking me questions and what I didn't really like, don't tell nobody this, but I didn't really appreciate how my associate didn't go up to them. I mean, my associate, she real tough with it, but I just didn't appreciate, like, when you see something, you're supposed to stop it. Like, whether you're scared of them, they look like they're about to argue, whatever, you need to go up to them and say, listen, you didn't scan that, or whatever the whole situation is. I don't really like when one of my associates come up to me and say, oh, I think this person is stealing, or they didn't scan this, or I didn't check whatever, the bin, inside the bin. So go do it. Just go. And half the time people be real nice. I'd be like, oh, ma'am, you didn't scan that. Oh, I forgot. Okay, yeah, you forgot. Now can you scan it? Simple as that. Or yeah, but like anyways, so I had to get that off my chest too. I really felt like sometimes maybe I don't want to get cursed out half the time, because I do get cursed out quite frequently, couple times a week, not every single day, but a couple times a day, and then it could happen like the next day, but not the next day, probably not the next day, but then the next day. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I like to go home in a high spirit. I don't want to be cursed out all the time, or I don't want to have the feeling or the tension, everything's upon me, like now I gotta stop it. You go stop it sometimes. So I'm gonna help you out, I'm gonna back you up, but you don't gotta like pull out I felt like all the pressure was on me. But anyways, yeah, that was it. I had to get that off my chest. Oh my god, my god. And let me tell you the other situation before we move on. So this guy, he comes in with a cart full of stuff. At this time, it was like 9 o'clock at night. There was no registers open out. There was no registers open, so we had to let all the big items come through self checkout. And by the way, I'm not a self checkout host. I am a cashier. I just so happen to be thrown into self checkout every single day, but I am a cashier. So This guy comes in. He has a whole cart full of stuff, electronics. He got a speaker. I think he had a TV. Had a whole bunch of clothes and a whole bunch of items. So I was like, when that happens, we usually have to get them a cart. So as they scan, they could transfer their items into the new cart, so we don't get mixed up and they don't get mixed up. So he was real calm about it too. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get you another cart, so I just can put it in there." He was like, "Oh, okay, I got you." So I gave him the cart, and he's scanning. He scanned all his items. It was like the process was immaculate. No problems, no misscans. I didn't have to go over there and help him. None of that. He had it. He scanned every single thing. So tell me why, as soon as because a customer had called my associate, that was because there has to be one at the front, like one at the beginning and one at the end, where customers leave and where customers enter. So someone from the end, I guess they didn't see me, they called over my associate who was at the front. So there's nobody at the front. Why did he cancel the whole? So okay, he canceled the whole transaction, right? But before he can cancel the whole transaction, we have to approve of it. So I go over there, and I don't know what happened. Like, from my point of view, this is what happened. So I go over there. On the screen, it will tell you if a customer is canceling one item. It will tell you on the screen what the item is, right? But for some reason, he had to. Like, there's no way. He pressed cancel the whole transaction. Because if it wasn't the whole transaction, because he was trying to, so he called me over there because he was taking off this I forgot what it's called, but he was taking off this, basically, just, we're gonna call it a stick. He was taking off a stick, and on the screen it showed a stick, like literally a stick, like the name of it. So I had canceled it, but why? When I canceled the whole thing, when I canceled it, it literally said, "Thank you for shopping at Walmart." I said, "Oh, that's suspicious." So I'm like, "Did you pay?" He was like, "Yeah, I paid for it. I have the receipt in my pocket. I just needed you to cancel that one item." I was like, "That's weird," because I didn't see you. I mean, I didn't say that to him, but in my mind I was like, I didn't see him pay. On top of that, I didn't see him pay because I was watching him too. I didn't see him pay. But if he was to cancel, he didn't cancel the whole transaction though. That's the thing. He only canceled one item, and then it just said "Have a nice day." So something's off here already. So I'm just, hold on. I gotta take a sip of this. I'm kind of holding it back. I'm quite parched. I'm so sorry. I'm drinking a Pure Leaf. It's so good. Anyways. So yeah, if he would have canceled one item, it would have went back to the screen so he could finish paying. But yeah. So after that, I'm like, okay, he had to pay. So I was so distraught by it. Before he had left the door, I had to run over to my associate. I was like, so I asked him, like, "Oh, so if customers can a customer pay and then cancel an item before they pay? I mean, after they pay?" Because that's what the guy just did, and I think that's real suspicious, and I think we should hurry up and stop him. And my associate was like, "He did not pay, Jacob." I said, "No." He said he did not pay at all. I said, "You're lying." We go over there, hurry up and run over and print out the receipt. The receipt that we printed was the last person who went before him, because the amount of items that he had was not matching up. I was like, no, because that was so good. I'm not supporting stealing or anything, but the way these thieves think, I don't know how they did beforehand, but the way these thieves are thinking right now, that would have got me, okay? Because if I didn't say, actually, no, I'm lying, because if I didn't say anything to my associate, he would. Let me finish the story. So I'm like, no. So my associate runs over there and tells them to stop him and ask for the guys at the door to stop him and ask for his receipt. So they did, And he's like, oh shoot, I forgot my receipt. He runs over, comes up to me and is like, oh, can you print my receipt? I'm like, did it not print our receipt? Because that's what the machine is supposed to do once you do your, I mean, okay, sometimes the receipts do get caught up in the machine, but we would have got an alert if it did. And yeah, we would have got an alert if it did. So he's like, no, it didn't print our receipts. I'm thinking, okay, maybe it didn't give us an alert, but maybe his receipt's still in there. Actually, no, I lied. I didn't say that. I'm thinking to myself, but my associate just print out the receipt, and the receipt he print out is not his receipt. So I'm like, sir, you didn't pay for it. He was like, what? I was like, those items, there's no way you paid for them. He was like, why? I was like, because. And I had to get like, when I talk to customers, I have to get real thorough with them and like I have to break it down to them, because it's like stupid question after stupid question. If it's not a stupid question, it's a stupid response. So he's like, how didn't I pay? I put my card in and it said approve and everything. I'm like, you see that receipt in his hand? I pointed to my associate's hand. I said, you see that? That is not your receipt. Those are those, you don't have that many items. You have more than those items. He's like, no, but I paid. I showed you, bro. You did not show me nothing. You didn't show me absolutely nothing. You didn't show me anything. You just told me to remove an item, and then the whole thing was removed. So basically, you canceled your transaction. He was like, there's no way. I told you just to remove it, and I paid. So I'm like, where's the receipt then? He's like, I don't know. It didn't print a receipt. Because you didn't pay. He was like, I did pay. I showed you that I paid. You literally showed me nothing. You showed me a screen that says to remove an item, in which I did, and then the whole thing was gone. He's like, oh no, I paid. So I'm like, you know what? The people up front, because they could check the cameras and everything, I told them they could go handle the situation, but I'm not going to keep telling him. I just literally explained to him like 4 or 5 times it was canceled. He's like, no, I paid. Okay, they can handle that. They're going to check the cameras and see if you paid. And if you paid, you can have your items. I mean, I'm not stopping you. They are. So it's whatever they want to do. So, yeah. These thieves are real smart with it. I'm not even going to hold you. They are smart. So yeah, that was my week. You know, it happened all in the same week. So that's pretty much it. It happened. The lady with the gum happened today. The guy with the cart happened on Wednesday. It wasn't a bad week. I had actually Wednesday at work. I was horrible. It was horrible. That whole day was horrible, actually. But work. Actually, no, I had a good day. I had a great day. My work day was horrible. I hated it there. And hated it is not even a word, but I hated it there. Like, anyways, I had to get that off my chest. Sorry, my voice cracked. I had a burp too. I had to get that off of my chest because it was sitting real heavy for a second. Like, I did not appreciate today. It was only her too. I haven't got disrespected today, which is a surprise because usually every Saturday it's real busy and stuff, and I'm usually end up arguing with customers or getting cussed out, one of the two. So what I have wrote down for my podcast today, what I really wanted to talk about was, oh my god. So Kylie Jenner had, it's not even, I feel like I'm a drama channel or like a news reporter, no, but like Kylie Jenner had posted a GoFundMe page on her Instagram or something like that, and I was just like, and her friend, he's a makeup artist for her, he has cancer or something like that, one of the two, cancer or like, he's just dying, somehow, I forgot, but she posted a GoFundMe for him. Reposted his GoFundMe for him, and she only GoFunded him $5,000, and I'm just like, why would you do something like that? like I had to think about it like if you really put some thought into it, like I had to do my research. I was on TikTok looking at videos and stuff like that, people's comments about it, concerns. I was just like, why would you do something like that? I know it's Kylie's money, this and that. That's your makeup artist though. That's your friend makeup artist. And you're a billionaire, I guess. I mean, that's what they said on the magazine, whatever magazine she was on. Last thing I heard of her, she was a billionaire. So $60,000 is not gonna chip your pockets. And I had to really think to myself, like, wow, this is what our world is becoming. Like, if I had more than $10 million and my friend, if I had more, let's just say I had more than $2 million and I could easily get that back, I would give my dying friend who does my makeup $60,000. Like, you have pocketbooks more than $60,000 or $60,000 exact. I'm not really seeing the math add up, but maybe that's just me. I'm not even gonna talk too much about it. Next, I wanted to talk about skincare. So, everybody always asking my skincare products. It's kind of weird how we just transitioned from me arguing and yelling to this. But yeah, so I find it weird how we was just talking about I was just yelling and all that other stuff. Now I'm just calm. I feel like I just released that. Like I really needed to get off my chest. But back to skin. People always say have nice skin, this and that, right? And I was just thinking about like that would be a nice topic to talk about because but as of right now, my skin is okay. It's not bad. Sorry about that. I got on a call, but yeah, my skin, it's okay, and it's not doing too shabby. I got these new Hydro Stars that everybody got that be on Instagram. They actually work. Highly recommend. It's nice. It's nice or whatever. But yeah, my skin wasn't always like this because oh my god, the worst part of my skin was sophomore year. Oh my god, my skin was literally dry. Like I had eczema on my cheeks, and it was just oh my god. Like I had eczema on my cheek. Like my skin was scaly. It was dry. It was bumpy because of the eczema. I was doing horrible. Like I would literally be in school, scratching my face, skin. And it's a little disgusting, but skin falling off. Like it was so nasty. Like I'm agreeing with you if you think it's nasty, because I mean, who wouldn't think it's nasty? But it's real nasty. And one day I thought only I had to just moisturize it and maybe it would go away, and it never went away, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And I just feel like I'll put moisturizer on or lotion on my face and then go to school, and then boom, my face is dry as soon as first period start. But then one day my friend had gave me some of her eczema cream. I was like, maybe I have eczema. And I put her eczema cream on. Why my face literally was so moisturized for the rest of the day. Like it was moisturized, wasn't scaly. The bumps went down. I was blessed that day. And I will never forget that because it changed my life, because I found out that my mom had some eczema cream. I used to put that on my face every night for a little bit, and then sometimes after I face wash, I would throw it on, and like I'll get like a little tingling sensation. And to me, when you get a little tingling sensation, that means it works. It's working. Like I use the same feeling for everything else. Like say if I scrub my lips off, my dead skin off my lips, and I put my blistex on, that's how you know it's working. That's it. You put, I don't know, Neosporin over a cut. You know how that's burning? Yeah, because it's working. It's healing your cut, But, yeah, so I had some really nasty skin. Other people, why am I talking about other people? Anyways, so I think this is gonna be the end of the podcast. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of drained. Like, I got everything on my system. I'm feeling great. Like, I have nothing more to say. I had to just get that out because why? Like, why? Like, who thinks of stealing? Like, I don't mean, I may have accidentally stole something before, but come on. Like, professional thieves, like, come on. I'm just like, I don't honestly, I don't even have too much to say right now. I don't have too much to say. You go ahead and do you, but like, why? Like, why that happen? Had it happen to me? Just unbelievable. But if you had enjoyed the video or the podcast, like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video too. Next video is gonna be just a regular video, and then after that video, it's gonna be another podcast. Gives me plenty of time to think of some stuff or some stuff that happened that I could talk about on here. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more podcasts and videos. Thank you.